guys, we are live. I'm right outside. This is the capital of Florida. I'm in my Top G shirt. Bought it right off the Tate shop a while back. And we're here specifically to talk about the current situation with Andrew and Tristan Tate. So, basically, recently, within the past week or two, on July 18th to be exact, Andrew and Tristan Tate were in Miami. They were arrested by the U.S. Marshal. And there are new charges from the UK of alleged child rape, pornography, and rape, sexual assault, a bunch of sex crimes. Okay, now keep in mind that back in 2022, Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested by a foreign government and were thrown into a Romanian jail based on completely fictional allegations. 3 years later, the entire case was dropped because there was no evidence whatsoever. It was all made up. It was all fictional. The Tates have papers that prove that they were lied about, and this was basically all a setup from the UK. If you want the full story, honestly, go to the Jack Neal podcast. Hang on. Go to YouTube, look up Jack Neal, and listen to his latest 3-hour interview with Tate, where Tate breaks down everything. And I'm going to give you the quick version of it. Andrew and Tristan Tate were originally got famous because Andrew was a champion kickboxer. Years later, Andrew and his brother had the idea to start this school called The Real World. Because anyone with any common sense knows that college is a fucking scam. Most people who graduate college don't get the job that they applied for. They go into debt. They work at some shit job for a shit boss. They don't accomplish their dreams. They don't accomplish their goals. College is just a psyop to keep you enslaved to the pathetic system. College is a fucking scam. You don't even need college to go get an entry-level job or to start your own business. College is just a waste of time. So Andrew had this idea that, hey, why don't we instead start an online school called The Real World? I'm in that school, by the way, and it's helped me a lot to grow my podcast. I've used those lessons from Pope and from other teachers on the online campus to help push out my podcast and grow my podcast. And if you go to my page, it doesn't seem like I'm very popular. That's because the algorithm keeps banning my shit and I have to keep making new accounts. As soon as my accounts hit 1,000 to 2,000 followers, Instagram and TikTok and all these pathetic platforms, they realize, hey, wait a minute, he's got a different agenda than the rest of us. And they fucking ban my shit without even an explanation. So then I have to start over again from square one. But I'm not giving up. So, you pay $50 a month on The Real World. You learn actual life skills on how to make money online, how to be a man, how to improve your business. There's different campuses. There's the crypto campus. There's the content creation campus, which is the campus that I'm in. I believe there's a total of 6 or 7 different campuses. And guys, they're changing. There's new stuff like every day, it seems. They are constantly updating and changing this school. Well, here's what happened. Eventually, he got so big that, young men realized, hey, why the fuck am I gonna go waste 4 years of some bullshit college where I can just, see quicker results and spend less money in Andrew's school, The Real World. So, when you fuck with the education system is one of the richest systems in the world. When you fuck with the educational system, it's like fucking with the mafia. You fuck with the mafia, you're gonna put a fucking target on your back. And that's exactly what the Tates did without realizing it. At first, the education system, we don't know exactly who they are, but the education system, they tried to buy out the Tates. They try to get them to sign a contract. Hey, we'll pay you X amount of money, but we get to control what you can and cannot say. You basically got to live by our rules. The Tates refuse to be a sellout. So, because the Tates didn't want to negotiate peacefully, I say that with quotation marks, peacefully, next, the education system decided to fuck them up. They hit them with human trafficking, with rape, with all these sex crimes. What they did is they essentially dragged the Tate's name through the mud so that when you think of the name Andrew Tate, you don't think of the bald kickboxer or the guy who invented the real world or the podcaster. You instead think Andrew Tate, human trafficker. That is the primary objective of the system, of the education system, of the matrix of the media. There's multiple different factors that play into it, and they all fall under one big umbrella. Eventually, the Tates got out of jail. They kept doing their shit. The real world is still active even now with the Tates in jail. Obviously, there's still people after them. There's still people trying to destroy them. Right now, the Tates are in a jail cell in Miami, Florida, upon the request of the UK, and they are in solitary confinement. Let me explain to you what solitary confinement is. Solitary confinement is when they put you in essentially a box with little to no food, with dirty water. The Tates are drinking basically sewage water with no cellmates. It is designed to make you go psychologically insane. This is where they put pedophiles, rapists, criminals. This is where they put Jeffrey Dahmer type cannibal criminals, murderers who murder their own cellmates. Diddy just got placed into solitary confinement because of the shit that he's doing in prison. Because believe it or not, Diddy, that weird ass motherfucker, is still doing his Diddy shit in the fucking prison. And so they had no choice but to put him in solitary confinement because Diddy is a fucking psychopath. The Tates have not done anything wrong. They have not been proven guilty of any crimes. We live in a democracy. I say that again with quotation marks, democracy. We live in a country where it is innocent until proven guilty. It actually doesn't make sense to have it the other way around where it's guilty until proven innocent. Because let me explain something to you. Anyone has the ability to lie. Anyone has the ability to start a rumor, to make shit up about somebody. So if it's that easy for someone to make up a crime and lie to the police and get you arrested, and you have to prove your innocence, how does that even make sense? And somehow they actually do this in other countries where the system is set up where you are guilty until proven innocent. That's how they do it in the UK. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So yeah, part of the Constitution, part of our constitutional rights, part of one of our most important laws that helps keep this country intact is that you are innocent until proven guilty. That means that they legally cannot put you in handcuffs unless they actually have proof that you committed this crime. There is no proof whatsoever that the Tates are involved in human sex trafficking and pedophilia and none of that shit. Let me also point out that 250 years ago, we fought the UK for this country's freedom because the UK was and still is one of the most corrupt countries on the entire fucking planet. In the UK, there are reports that if you're walking alone at night and someone comes out with a knife and stabs you and you defend yourself, you kick him, you shoot him, whatever. Well, you can't shoot him because they banned fucking guns. You go to jail for assaulting your attacker, and the attacker gets to roam free and go stab more people. The UK is just as corrupt, maybe even more so corrupt than it was when King George III ruled England and ruled what is now known as America. Why is America everyone's bitch now? First, America decided, hey, we're going to be Israel's bitch for some reason. Now, America's being the UK's bitch, despite the fact that UK is literally our enemy. Why are we taking orders from an enemy country? Oh, where's an extradition process? Listen, this whole extradition process is completely unconstitutional. Why does another country get to demand the arrest of American citizens, okay? Because the Tates did grow up in England. But the Tates were born in America, they're American citizens. The Tates are American citizens. No country has the right to come and tell our country, hey, we need these people arrested because of something that they may or may not have done in our country. What's up? I'm already live. Guys, Eli's here. What's up? So we're talking about the Tate situation. You know what? I'm gonna use the fucking stand since I have a stand on this phone. Hang on. This stupid fucking... Oh, interesting.
It's like I went for the 1700 something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna position this here. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Do you want to get in the frame too, or?
Sure.
But what was I saying? Yeah, so how does it make any sense that any country can just demand the arrest of someone with no evidence, no proof, no trial, no fair trial? The UK just demanded that the Tate brothers be arrested, and America went, okay, fine, we'll hand them over. The Tates are in Miami, drinking sewage water, getting fed very little. This is no different than when they murdered Charlie Kirk for his freedom of speech. The Tate brothers have done nothing wrong. They're being punished for going against the system, for going against the matrix, for using our most valuable amendment, which is the freedom of speech. This is exactly why Charlie Kirk got murdered. This is why Martin Luther King Jr. got murdered. This is something that keeps happening throughout. This is why John F. Kennedy got assassinated. This keeps happening throughout history, and no one's doing anything to stop it. It is absolutely ridiculous. I also don't support Trump anymore because of this whole situation. Let me break this down. Y'all know that I was the biggest Trump supporter until recently. I have the Trump shirt, I've got the MAGA hat, and I still stand on everything that I said about Trump. I still think he's a good businessman. I still think he was one of the smartest guys in our time. I still think he's a better president than Joe Biden or Obama, or a better president than Kamala Harris, the cackling hyena, would have been. So I still stand on everything that I said before Trump. But let me explain to you why I don't support Trump anymore. What's up? You want to say something?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. For starters, the Tates are the reason that Trump is even in office. If it wasn't for the Tate brothers and Myron Gaines, who's also a friend of the Tate brothers, Trump himself would be in solitary confinement right now. Because the way that they're trying to make the Tates look like fucking terrorists, worst people on the fucking planet, they were doing the exact same thing to Trump. And by the way, just because I'm not a Trump supporter now doesn't mean I fucking hate the guy. I'm not gonna get Trump derangement syndrome like these fuck-ass liberals do. I'm not gonna start telling you guys, oh yeah, Trump's a racist and Trump's a pedophile and this, that, and the other. There's no evidence whatsoever that Trump's a rapist. There's no evidence that he's a pedophile. There's no evidence that he's actually guilty of any crimes. But the system trying to shut him down the same way that they're shutting down the Tates now. But because of Andrew and Tristan Tate and Myron Gaines and the emergency meetings and the debrief with Myron and the Fresh and Fit podcast, they single-handedly were able to influence the masculine youth to stand up for themselves, to be men again, to make America great again, and to say no to this feminist propaganda bullshit. If it wasn't for them, Trump wouldn't even be the president right now. Regardless of that, okay? Because this is completely unconstitutional. This is probably the most constitutional thing I've ever witnessed in my 22 years of living. For you to just, because let me say something to you. If another government can just point and say arrest them, no evidence, no fair trial, no fairness, no equality, nothing. We live in a dictatorship. If they did it to the Tates, they'll do it to you. If we're at the point now where they can arrest someone without a fair trial, without any proof, without any convictions, where they can just make up crimes, because that's essentially what they did. They made up crimes, and without any proof, without even a fair and due process, without a fair trial, they arrested the Tate brothers. What's to stop them from doing the same thing to someone like me or you? We officially live in a dictatorship, because when you can point and arrest someone for any made-up reason, without proof, without trial, that's a dictatorship.
Well, we're headed to a dystopian future if we don't do something about what's going on. I really hope that Dan Bilzerian, he gets into Congress and he runs for president, because he's the one that's against Israel and the establishment and the elites. I hope to God he's not gonna. That's what he said about Trump, but he said, "Oh, he's not gonna fold to the globalists," and he did. It's sad. But I don't know. I think the new party, the new Republican Party, needs to be against Israel and needs to be against the Zionists and really stop the globalists. And people need to create their own militias and go after these elites one by one.
Yeah, keep in mind, guys, it's literally in the Constitution that we are to overthrow our government if it becomes too corrupt. Guys, we're at the point now where innocent people are getting arrested for simply speaking their mind. Why is our government still here? Why is our government still intact? It's literally in the Constitution that we're supposed to overthrow them when it gets to this point. You think it's bad now, it's just going to get more and more corrupt from here. They're installing flock cameras everywhere so that the government can spy on us. There are cases where police officers are using those flock cameras to stalk their ex-girlfriends. They use flock cameras to track down a woman to another state because she couldn't get an abortion because it had been outlawed in one state. So she went to another state where it was legal. And they used thousands of flock cameras to track her down to arrest her. But hey, guess what? They can't track down your rapist. They can't track down the guy who stole your bike. All these fucking flock cameras, and they can track down someone to another fucking state who, by the way, didn't break the fucking law. Because, okay, let me explain something to you. The drinking age in America is 21, right? If I go to Colombia, where the drinking age is 15, and I have alcohol at, say, 16, I'm not breaking the fucking law. I'm in another fucking country. So, I don't agree with abortion. Y'all know where I stand on that. But, if she went to another state where abortion was legal, she didn't break the law. She didn't commit any fucking crimes. She shouldn't be in fucking jail right now. Yet she is. Because they use the flock cameras to unconstitutionally and illegally track her ass down. But hey, we can't find the guy who broke into your house. We can't find the guy who stole your bike. Didn't some homeless fuck steal your bike?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
The cops never even got back to you?
Nope.
Look at all the shit I've been through. People fucking broke into my house, left trash at my door. People tracked me down to my job and cost me my job. What?
I think someone literally said no one likes you.
Okay, I don't even... Who gives a fuck?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? All the shit that they put me through, they cost me my job, they cost me my apartment, all over. I don't know if it was the podcast or the Annabelle doll, but this all happened during the Annabelle case. The cops can't help me with all the people who are fucking trying to hack my phone and trying to break into my apartment and fucking stalking me. But they can call my phone every day to tell me that some new chick is accusing me of rape. Some chick I've never even heard of before is accusing me of rape. Okay. Yeah, we definitely live in a fair and equality and just system. Yeah, the system's not corrupt at all. The system certainly doesn't favor certain people. Donald Trump is a fraud. Because Donald Trump owes the Tate brothers. But regardless of that, even if, let's just say, that the Tate brothers had nothing to do with Trump, the Tate brothers weren't close with Barron and the Trump family and whatnot, what kind of moron sits in the Oval Office and lets his country fall apart and does nothing about it? Like I said, this is probably the most unconstitutional act I have seen in my entire fucking life. And it's not even that the Trump administration just took a backseat. No, they went on the fucking news and said that they're not going to get involved. They're not going to do anything about it. Bro, 2 innocent men sit in jail, rotting in a jail cell, and you're not gonna do anything about it? You're not gonna protect your American citizens? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Bibi told him to.
Who's Bibi?
Netanyahu, the fucking Netanyahu, the prime minister of the dictatorship Israel, the fucking terrorist organization Israel.
And by the way, guys, there's many corrupt countries. Eli is more anti-Israel than I am. I am anti-Israel as well, but not to the extreme that Eli is.
I wish I had a poster that says "fuck the Jews," and everybody could see it.
Yeah. But the main reason that I'm anti-Israel is not because they're a dictatorship. Guys, pretty much every country outside of America is a dictatorship. Actually, America is a dictatorship as well. They're just somehow better at hiding it. I'm anti-Israel because I don't give a fuck about Israel. I'm not Jewish. I don't live on that side of the planet. I live in America. I believe in the Constitution. You want to ask me if I'm liberal or Democrat, or sorry, if I'm Democrat or Republican? Listen, the Democrats want to force you to be gay and LGBTQ and all this garbage. The Republicans want to force you to be pro-Israel, to give a shit about a country that murders children every fucking day. I just want a president that does the bare minimum, and the bare minimum is to uphold the fucking Constitution. Trump can't even do that. Trump can't even fucking do that. Why do we vote for this guy? He's not keeping his fucking promises. Guys, Trump is not keeping his fucking promises. He said no new wars. We're at war with Iran right now, and he can't even tell us why. Bro, go on his fucking Twitter feed. Every single day, it's a new thing. The war's over. The war's not over. Open the strait. We're gonna bomb the fuck out of them. Wait a minute. The war's over, guys. Trump doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing anymore. He's fucking demented. How can you go declare war on another country and, yeah, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing? Let me point out, Trump is very adamant about running again for a third term in 2028. No, that's unconstitutional. This is your second term. You're not running for office again. Guy's 80 years old, exactly. I don't think he'll even be alive by 2028. He's either going to die of old age or he's going to get assassinated. With the more and more people, the growing number of people that hate him every day, some for unjust reasons, some rightfully so. He says, oh, well, there's a loophole in the Constitution. If you have to find a loophole, you shouldn't be fucking doing it. You're not running for a third term. That's unconstitutional. You're not running for a third term. You did great your first term. You're doing a shit fucking job your second term. You're doing a shit job, dude. 2016 was the best economy we've ever seen. 2026, the economy's fucking shit. Guys, I have friends who are living on the street right now because they can't find a decent job. They can't afford their rent. They can't even afford to get food at a fucking gas station. They can't even afford a $2 Snickers bar because of how shitty the economy has gotten. Every job that you apply to, they don't get back to you. God forbid you do find a job. They want you to get on your knees and suck their fucking cocks. I'm not gonna tell y'all where I work at, but chances are y'all will just track me down to my job again. I will tell you this though, my job throws a temper tantrum because I leave on time and refuse to stay extra. I refuse to stay an hour or two extra to help them out. Because, hey, guess what? If it says I leave at X time, I'm leaving at X time. Guys, I have shit to do. I'm not staying and sucking these fuckers' cocks. I know they don't give a shit about their employees. Because, God forbid, I get sick too many times. They'll just replace my ass. I've got shit to do. I have a life to live. I have goals to achieve. I'm not bending over backwards for these motherfuckers. Every job that I've had, I've ended up leaving for some bullshit reason. At Publix, it was because suddenly my pockets is a fucking problem, even though it had nothing to do with the fucking company. Every other company I've worked at, basically, they wanted me to suck their fucking cocks. Figuratively speaking, obviously. And if I didn't, then it became a giant fucking issue. I will not be your slave, sir. I will not bend over backwards for anybody. The description is clear. I come here, I do my job, I come on time, I leave on time. If I want to come in early, that's my choice. If I want to stay a little later, that's my choice. But if you ask me to stay 2 hours extra, or if you ask me to come in early, or if you ask me to come in on my day off, and I tell you no, I don't want to hear you fucking whining and bitching about it and telling the other managers, oh, we can't find any good workers because I won't suck your fucking dick. Fuck off. Eli, what else do we gotta add to this?
You know, we had, a good, see, a dictatorship works when there's a good leader.
Well, at that point, it's not even a dictatorship. It's just a monarchy.
True.
Device overheating. Oh, go fuck yourself.
But yeah, I really hope we have some change, because if we don't have change from the outsiders, we're done. We're done.
I'm telling you, we need a fucking revolution. I don't know what it's gonna take to level up. Guys, I can't march down to Congress and teleport all over the place like Shadow and take them all out.
I might have an extreme view.
I'm gonna get shot down if I try to do that. Like, it can't just take one person to overthrow the government. It's gonna take the entire fucking country. But y'all cunts are too busy jacking off to video games. Y'all cunts are so deluded. You're jerking off to girls that don't even exist in real life. You're jerking off to Rouge the Bat, who's not even 100% human, and all these anime girls with these overly sized tits and whatnot.
They're comfortable. They're too comfortable.
Alright guys, so that Kick live stream was cut short because my phone mysteriously crashed out of nowhere. Maybe it was technical difficulties, maybe the battery overheated, or maybe this is a Matrix attack. Maybe the government is spying on me through my phone and they realized this guy has too much shit to say and he's exposing too much of the truth. We need to shut him up. And so they just powered down my phone. I don't know. Regardless, there will be plenty more Tate episodes because this is taking primary top shelf level of importance. Listen, the Tate brothers, I support the Tate brothers. I like the Tate brothers. I wouldn't be where I am today without the Tates. I probably wouldn't even have a podcast. So my final message before I end this episode. On August 13th at 11 a.m., there is a protest led by Myron Gaines at the Miami courthouse. I will be there, and I need you to be there as well. If you support the Tates, if you support this country, if you believe in freedom of speech, if you believe that everyone deserves a free trial, if you believe in me, if you believe in the Adonis podcast, if you believe in anything at all in regards to a fair and just humanity, you will be there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.